Yeah, so sharing. Please let me know if it's visible.
Yeah, now it's visible.
Great. So this is the whole brochure which has been shared with you all, that this would be the course content from the day one. So this is the day wise brochure. In this brochure, you can see the day wise it is given that first I will start with the introduction to Excel, how to start Excel application, what is the environment, more about Excel interface, then start with the entering data, editing data, deleting, and everything is covered in the day one. And also in the day one, I will start with the workbooks, how you have to navigate with the work within the workbooks. Going further on the day two, we have editing worksheets. Day three, we have formatting the worksheets. Then we have formulas, which are the basic formulas. Then we will go to advanced formulas. Likewise, like we have sum, min, max functions, which you already know. So I'm going to tell you about the difference between formulas, functions, and everything. Then we will start with the average, count, and if nested if conditions. That will be conditional formulas, sum if, count ifs, logical functions, text functions. And then we have sorting, data filtering, replacing, freezing, whatever, everything which is written here would be covered. Then we will go towards Excel charts and graphs, which is the visualization part in Excel. So I'm going to tell you from the very basic how to create charts, and then we will move to the advanced charts, like changing the chart type, how you can alter the data ranges. Then we have again, we will work with the real-time database functions. Real-time data I will share with you. I will give you assignments on the data, and then you have to work on it within the session only. Then we have pivot charts, tables, linking those tables in advanced ways, how you can link more than two or three tables. We have Power Pivot here, which is the again the part of advanced Excel. Then we have VLOOKUPs already we would be covering in the basic Excel part only. Then we have this protecting Excel workbooks, automating. So before automation or before this, I would be working or I would be telling you about how you create a KPI dashboard. So basically, advanced Excel always includes the KPI dashboard. That is the most important part of Excel. That is data visualization. So that would be covered throughout, and basic steps would be given. All the shortcuts would be given regarding that. And at last, I would be giving you an introduction on automating the repetitive task in Excel using macros or VBA. So I would be telling you how you can start recording a macro, how you can edit a macro. So basically everything which is related to macro, recording macros would be covered in this batch. So this would be a weekend batch, and it will be starting from basic to advanced. So I have some content which I have already created, that would be day wise content, which I'm going to share with you day wise. So like on the day one, I will be giving you some shortcuts. As you can see, there would be basic questionnaire also, which I would be giving you so that you can practice that how much you have mugged up till now. Then we have day two shortcuts. So day wise, everything would be shared. All the data sets would be shared and uploaded. Then we have these different tables. So I'm going to give you scenario based questions. Not just I'm going to tell you what is a formula, how you can use this formula. I'm going to give you a scenario also. Like in this table, you can see we have two types of cars, economy and sports car. So there are metal parts, product A, product B. So how would you calculate the difference? How would you calculate the total production? So basically the real time data would be connected in this course, in every assignment. So let's move forward. We have transpose here. Then we have formulas, functions of all types. Then we have conditional formatting, which is a very important part of Excel. And this is not only one example would be covered, there would be multiple examples that would be criteria based questions which are asked in the interview. So from every aspect, I have created this content and I would be sharing with you throughout the course. And there would be data validation, uh, conditional formulas again connected with the real-time database, real data. Then we have if error formulas and if error questions. Then we have text functions, which is again, then we have an assignment, which I will be giving you in the class. Then you have to solve it, and then I will help you to solve it, or likewise. Then we have again VLOOKUP formulas, index and match again asked a lot of time in interviews as a question. So all of these basic things from basic to advanced would be covered in the this. So you can see I have given different kinds of data sets, so you can practice on them, and there is not only one but a lot. Similarly, there would be some advanced Excel exercises that would be covered. Like there is a watch window, there would be goal seek scenarios that would be included in the course. And so these kind of sheets I'm going to share, and you have to work on them. Again, these are dashboard shortcuts which I have created uh, in my course content, which I'm going to share as per the content we are covering. So all of these things would be covered. So any questions till now in the course aspect, content aspect? Okay. So all of these things, then we have a KPI dashboard. This is just a basic dashboard, but I'm going to cover some wireframing or some other things in the dashboard, how you can start with the creation of dashboards. So everything, like there is a formula sheet in the table forms I would be sharing in my content with you, or being uploaded. So these kind of things would be covered in the day-wise manner, as you can see here. So basically, so this course is not just only for technical background people. Anybody from non-technical or technical can join this course. So this is a basic course which starts from basic, but it will go till macro level. So this is advanced as well. So let me, yeah.
How many days of course is this?
This would be 2 months. Duration would be 2 months, but it will be weekend batch. So Saturdays and Sundays would be the days, and like 16 hours to 17 hours duration would be of this course.
Okay.
Yeah. So every Saturdays and Sunday, 1 hours, or it can extend for more than 1 hour as well. So it would be like this, but every weekend this batch will be happening.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So yeah, so let's understand one more thing. So this course is basically what I told. It is for any background person, technical or non-technical. So now the question is, like after learning this course, which domains or which roles you can apply in the market, right? So first of all, data analyst. Okay, so we know that data analyst works on Excel, Power BI, SQL, Python, many other things. But when you go for the interview for data analyst, the basic questions they will ask from Excel. They will ask if you know Excel or not. So for data analyst as well, or for going for this analytics domain, you should have this working knowledge of Excel. Then we have the another, that is business analyst. So you can opt for business analyst that would deal with different businesses, but you will be an analytical person throughout. So that will be a business analyst domain, which will open. Then we have HR analyst, somebody who is interested into HR. They can also go in as MIS or as an analyst into HR domain. So for all the data of HR, you will be analyzing in the as an HR analyst person. So these domains, then we have one, the most the most preferable after learning Excel, MIS executive. So this also you have to create as an MIS reports and dashboards on Excel. So this also, this role is open for you, and in every interview for MIS they will ask you for Excel. That is the most important part. Then you have another roles which are for marketing, sales, executive. So in marketing and sales executive, a person is needed to analyze the sales data and providing some business insights through sales data, right? So Excel is the tool they use mostly in the sales department as well. So they begin from Excel and then they move to another technology. So the basic tool here again is Excel. So in marketing or as a sales executive or as a sales MIS person, you should have a working knowledge of Excel. Then we have another roles. You can say accountant roles. They also ask for Excel. Then any analytical roles or any analytical department, if you want to enter in, you should have the working knowledge of Excel. So these roles you can prefer. There are different other roles as well with the different names, but these are the most common names which been given for the Excel person. Next, which domains you can target in the industry. So you can enter finance department in the company if you have Excel knowledge. Then you can go to HR department as HR analyst or MIS. Okay. Then we have analytics department is always opened. Then we have marketing department. Again, the same. Then we have one more thing, that is banking sector, which gets opened for you if you have a working knowledge of Excel. Because bank also demands for Excel candidates. If you know how to fetch data, how to clean data using Excel, then you have this many doors and many departments which are open, and banking sector is always open for uh, Excel people. So these are all the domains you can work in, right? So let's move to the content of the course, why Excel is a data analytics tool, why it is used. So basically Excel, as you can see here, Excel provides you an area where you can do as much calculations as you can. You can see there are a lot of rows, like there are 10,48,000 rows. Then we have 16,000 columns. So it can store a lot of data. Then you have this functionality formulas.
Just one question.
Yes.
So what is the least package anyone can be offered for these roles? Least
So,
package.
if you are you a fresher, it depends if you're a fresher or experienced.
Fresher.
Okay, so as a fresher, if you go for MIS, it can start from 4.
Okay, okay.
3 to 4. Yeah, it can start from 3 to 4. If you have a good working knowledge on Excel. That depends on the interview as well. But for data analytics, for sure, if you have a little experience of 1, 2, 3 years, your package can go beyond 7, 8 or more. So it's always it's always good for you, because never this job can never go untrendy in the market, because data, every company works on data. So if so data person is needed in every company, so it cannot this job is always trending in the market and it's always growing. So your package will definitely increase after gaining some experience, definitely. Yeah, any other
Okay.
question?
No, thank you.
Okay. So in this way, we can use Excel as a data analytics tool, because you can see we have this formula bar here. And in the formula bar, every kind of formula which you use in mathematics, it is there. Like trigonometric function, date and time function, logical functions. So that is why Excel always comes into a data analytics tool, because in form of KPIs, you can work on Excel, you can identify the trends in Excel and do the calculations without any error. So that is why Excel is used more in as a data analytics tool. Okay. So let me start with the device, how to open the Excel workbook. And before that, is there any question on the content you can ask? Okay, so let's start with the opening the Excel workbook. So there are three ways you can open the Excel workbook. First is you can go to taskbar. You can see this is the taskbar. You can just simply write Excel here and you get the screen, right? That is the old way. Then other way was opening the application through desktop. On your desktop, you can keep a folder of Excel and just click on this and you can open. But the most readily used and most widely used way is just press Del plus R. That is, there is a window button on your keypad, and plus R. That R signifies the running. So basically, I want to run this application. I will write here Excel, and when I click OK, so this Excel interface and this Excel screen will open up. Right, so this is the most widely used way for us to open the Excel application, that is Del plus R. Del is the key on your keypad, that is a Windows key, and R is the run. So then you can run any application on your system. Now you can see the screen. So what is the topmost part of the screen? What do you call this? Anybody?
A ribbon.
Yeah, ribbon is the gray part, but above this ribbon, there is another row you can see. So this is called as quick access toolbar. And why it is called as quick access toolbar? Let me just write it. So this is the quick access toolbar because it has some quick options. As you can see, it has quick options. You can just click on that and it will take you to that. See, this is the save option. First, we had to go to file and then we had to save it. But now if I add this into quick access toolbar, I don't need to do anything. I just have to click here. See, if I just right here and I just ABC. So this is the spell check. So it has done my spell check. Otherwise, I have to find the spell check option in my ribbon and then I have to use it. So that is why quick access toolbar is there. Whatever option we have to quickly use in our worksheet, we can keep it here. So right now I have kept these one, but as you can see, there is a drop down arrow here. When you click on this, these are all the ticked options. That means they have been added in the quick access toolbar. If I just tick this one open, so you can see this has been added here. If I just do this again, it has gone. So in this way, we can add or we can delete whatever we need on the quick access toolbar. Then we have this option as customizing the quick access toolbar. So now you can see you can customize quick access toolbar. When you click on this, you get n number of options. Like, see, you can add anything you want to this quick access toolbar. Suppose I add this sum and I go to add, this sum will be added and this is appeared in my quick access toolbar. So likewise, this works. Next to quick access toolbar, we have a ribbon, that is the gray part. These file, home, insert, page layout, these are known as tabs. So when you go to tabs, you have lot of other options or other functionalities you can work on. So if I go to file, I get n number of options to work with. Like in this file option only, I get protecting my workbook. So every functionality works here. So here, if I go to home, I have all the options to increase the size, to change the font of my text. There is a wrap text, there is merge and center, there is format as table if I want to create a table. all of these options I will tell you in detail when we will start working on them. Then we have insert. Insert means adding something new. So basically, I can insert pivot tables here from here. I can insert different kinds of shapes here. Smart art is there. Then we have charts that you can see here. Donut charts are there. 3D maps are there. So we have slicers. All of these will be learned when we will start working. Similarly, we have page layout. Page layout, we have just grid lines. If I just untick this, this will go. So in this way, we can change the page layout or page font. Then we have formulas. I told you formulas, we can use any of them for working. Then we have watch window. Again, going forward, one second. We have data option here. So in data option, basically, you can remove duplicates. You can do some data synchronization. You can clean your data. So you can also add the data from other sources, like from other Excel workbook. I can directly fetch my data to this Excel workbook instead of copying and pasting. I can simply connect it with the different workbooks. So all of these options are being provided here. We have review, we have protecting worksheets, protecting workbook. Then we have view options, developer tab. It is used for macro. So this will, I will cover at last. Then we have Power Pivot. That is a part of KPIs. KPIs are there in Power Pivot. So all of these functionalities are there already in my ribbon. Okay. So this is my name box. This part A3. So A is basically the column name and 3 is the row number. So A3. So wherever I am navigating, this number is or this name is coming to the name box. Suppose I want to directly go to A100. So I can simply type here A100 and it will take me there, right? So in this way, name box works. Then we have this formula bar. This is the formula bar where we write our formulas. Okay. So this is the insert function. It helps us to write formulas. This cross is canceling whatever we have written or whatever formula we don't need. So this is all about the formulas. Now you come across these cells, these intersection of rows and columns. These are our cells. Again, I told you there are 10,48,576 rows. So again, this is an interview question which is asked many times. How many rows are there in the Excel? Then how you can calculate the rows? There is one formula as well to calculate this. Similarly, if you want to calculate the columns, then we have this array option. And now this is my columns. So 10,48,576 rows are there and 16,384 columns are there in Excel. So it can be asked in interview that how much data can be stored in Excel, right? So this is the Excel overview. Then we have n number of sheets. Now how many sheets we can add to our Excel workbook? So this is our Excel workbook, which is already opened in front of you. And these are n number of sheets which can be added, right? So sheets are the part of Excel workbook. So there are total 255 worksheets which can be added to one Excel workbook, and we can work on them. Okay. Any questions? Yeah, so we have covered how to calculate the number of rows, how to calculate the number of columns. Then we have how to navigate through the cells in the Excel spreadsheet or selecting the number of cells. So how to navigate in the cells? Just let's open the Excel workbook again or a new sheet. If you want to go to the rightest or the top right column, you can just simply control and right arrow. Okay, so we have control plus right arrow, which can be used to navigate to the last cell of the sheet. Then we have to, if we want to go to the last sheet downward in the Excel spreadsheet, then we have control plus down arrow. So this is the control plus down arrow, right? And using control plus down arrow, I could see the last cell of my sheet. Then from anywhere, if I'm on this cell M2 and I want to go to A2, I just have to click control plus left arrow and I would be navigated to the last leftmost cell, right? So for rightmost cell, we have control plus right arrow. For downmost cell, we have control plus down arrow. Then for leftmost cell, we have control plus left arrow. Now, if I have to go to the topmost cell, then we have control plus up arrow. So if I go to control and this up arrow, I'll reach to the topmost cell. So control plus up arrow is being used, right? So if I
Okay.
just take this sheet and write these series, okay? And I want to reach from 1 to 6. Which arrow key should I use? I should use control down. So I will reach to 1 to 6. Now I have to go back to 1, then control plus up arrow. So in this way, I can navigate through my data set as well and using control keys. But suppose I want to select them. I want to select 1 to 6. Then how will I select it? Anyone?
We'll drag it till sixth number. Then we can select it.
Any key, which key we can use? So I can use shift key. So whenever you have to select your data, you can use shift key. So control shift down. If I use control shift down, I will be navigated to the last part of my cell. Okay, so this is the formula or this is the shortcut that control plus shift plus down. So control plus shift helps you in selection of the whole data. Suppose I have other data set here. Okay, and I just create this another set 3 control D. Okay. And then I just select this. How will I select this? First, I will press shift and I'll select up to 3. Then control shift down. It will help me to select the whole data. Correct. So using shift keys, we can select our data. I have created the shortcut keys here. See, control plus up, control plus down, control plus right, control plus left. Then selecting n number of cells in the Excel application, control shift up, control shift right, left. And again, we have another one that is control A. So when I click on control A, my whole data, whatever it is selected in my sheet. So control A is a shortcut key which we use for selecting the whole data. Correct. So these are the navigation keys which should be used in the Excel application, how to select the n number of cells. So this will shift will help in selection and control will help to navigate from every data set in every data set. Correct. Any question?
No question.
Okay. So now I told you how to select the continuous cells. Now, if I tell you to select only one, then I just want 3, and then I just want 5. And I want to color these cells, or I want to bold these texts. How will you do that? How will you select the alternate cells only? So selecting the alternate cells, you have to use control. Okay. Suppose I want to select 1. Okay. Then just press control. And if I want to select 4, then just don't leave control key. Just keep pressing control key. And then we have to click or select 6 or 3 or 2 or any non-continuous range of cells, right? Any cell I want to keep selecting, I just press control and then I click on bold. Only these of them which I wanted to keep bold, I did that. Right? So if I want to selecting non-continuous cells in data set, use control key. Correct? Or just keep pressing control key for selecting non-continuous. But if you want to select continuous data, use shift key. Correct? Any questions?
So at the last, you press B button, right, for bold to create the bold.
Yeah, either you can press Control B, or otherwise you can simply go to your home tab and just select B. So it
Okay.
will simply bold your text. Otherwise, if you want to change it into italics, I can simply do that again. We have just to use Control and just select those cells you want to change to italics. So I just selected them, and then I go to I, and they got into italics, bold plus italics. Right? So in this way, we can select non-continuous cells, and similarly, we can select continuous cells using Control Shift down or Control Shift right, or Shift key is used for selecting the continuous cells. Correct? Next, we go to, so we have learned navigating through the cells in the Excel spreadsheet and selecting n number of cells. And there are defined shortcut keys, which I'm going to share. And I have created these boxes for telling how to use controls, when to use shift, and then we have editing shortcut keys. So let's see how to edit the data. Suppose I have written press F2 key here and I want to add some semicolon in my text. How would I do it? There is a way which mostly people use, that they just go here on the formula bar and then press semicolon and enter. Right? But if you have a lot of data and you cannot travel to this, you should have a shortcut keys in your mind that you have to use F2. Either use F2, otherwise there is function key Fn plus F2. Then your cursor simply comes up here and now you can edit your data whatever you want. Press F2 key or use Fn plus F2 key, because in many of the systems F2 function key doesn't work alone. So in that case, you have to use Fn plus F2. Right? So in this way, editing data key works. Then we have deleting data. Simply you can delete the data using del key on your keyboard. Now there is one more topic which is very important in Excel, that is autofill. What is autofill? As this name suggests, autofill. So basically it automatically fills up your data. Suppose I just write 1 here and not here. Okay. I just write I have to change the format to general. I write 1 here, okay? And I want to keep this 1 up to this. So I will simply select the cells and then I'll click on Control D. So this 1 is copied to n number of cells, right? Similarly, if I want 1, 2, okay. Now I want a series of number. So I will simply drag it. I can get my series 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11. So using this autofill option only, in the last, you can see this autofill options box, which is coming here. So it is telling you either you want to fill series, if you want to copy the cells, if you want to fill formatting only. So I have given it to fill series. If I write here copy cells, so it will similarly like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, it has copied for me, right? So in this way, autofill works. Similarly, if I write here, and you can see there is a plus sign when I go to the end of the cell, bottom cell, there's a plus sign. When I drag this plus sign towards here, then we can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all of these weekdays have come into a sequence. I don't need to write it one by one. I have got a sequence of all the weekdays. Similarly, if I have January and I just go here, it will be Jan, Feb, March, April. It is giving me the month name likewise. I don't need to write it again. Similarly, if I just write a date, today's date, we can write using control plus semicolon. So this is a shortcut key again, which I'm going to tell you while in the class how to use it. If I just simply drag it, the dates after 14th of September have come. So in this way, you don't need to write these things manually. You have the shortcuts, you have the functionalities of autofill or these kind of options you can use to fill your data in a series or in a copied way, in any way you want, right?
Okay.
So this is the shortcut keys again. These shortcut keys are simply how copying a cell, pasting a cell that I would explain in my day 2. But today I have explained, or I have covered some of the shortcut keys, some about Excel interface, opening the Excel workbook, calculating the rows, how to navigate through the cells in the spreadsheet, how to use autofill option, what is a workbook, what is a worksheet, okay? So let's understand how to open a new workbook. Right now, already this workbook has been opened, but I want to open a new workbook. I will use simply Control plus N, okay? And using this Control plus N, I get my new workbook opened with a new worksheet, right? So Control plus N, N for new. So we will, yeah. Any question? Hello?
No question.
Got it. So you can see my screen, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So Control plus N is used to open a new workbook. So anybody who has taken this session can explain me the difference between Control plus N and Del, which is the Windows button which we are using, plus R, or Windows plus R, because both of them are used to open an Excel workbook. So what is the difference between both of them? Anyone? Okay, so let me tell you this. So Control plus N will always and always work when you're already opened an Excel workbook. it will not work when you have not opened any Excel application. So when you have to start your Excel application, then you have to use Windows plus R to open the Excel workbook in your system. But when you have already opened Excel workbook and then you have to create a new workbook, then only you can use Control plus N option. So it will not work if Excel application is not opened in your system. And Windows plus R will be able, so Control N will be disabled and Windows plus R will only be enabled when you have to open the Excel application, right? So this is the shortcut for opening the Excel application. This is the shortcut for opening a new workbook when you have already opened the Excel application. So that is the major difference between Control plus N and Windows plus R, right? So let's move to the another shortcut, that is Control plus O. So O stands for opening, definitely. So opening means opening the existing workbook which is already saved in your system. So when I click on Control plus O, I will get this n number of options which I can use to open my Excel workbook which is already saved. Then Control plus S, saving a workbook. We already know how to save a workbook. We used to go to file and then we used to opt the save option. Instead of doing that, we can simply click on Control plus S. Then we have Control plus W. When you don't want to, when you have to close your workbook without going to this cross option, you can simply click on Control plus W. Your workbook will be closed. Okay. Then we have Control plus Tab to toggle between the opened workbooks in Microsoft Excel. Let me explain this. Control plus Tab. Now you can see there are many workbooks I have opened here. So using this tab option, I'm navigating through the different workbooks, right? This is one of the workbooks. There is this another workbooks in which I have explained you about this roles. There is another workbook which have these formulas. Then there is another workbook with KPI dashboard. So in this way, I can toggle between the opened workbooks using Control plus Tab, right? Then we have Control plus Page Up. So if you want to navigate from day one to day one shortcut keys instead of using your mouse, you can use a shortcut key that is Control plus Page Up or Control plus Page Down. Okay. So already Page Down and Page Up keys are on your keyboard. So when you go to next one, you have to use Page Down. So Control plus Page Down is helping me to navigate to the different sheets, and Control Page Up is navigating me back to the previous sheets. So when you have to go to the next sheet, you have to use Control Page Down. When you have to go to the back to the previous sheet, you have to use Control plus Page Up. Right? Am I clear on this?
Yes.
Yes. So in this way, all of these shortcut keys, I would be again explaining in my session if needed, or if any question comes up. Then otherwise, we will start with the editing of the shortcuts, editing shortcut keys, how to edit the data. And then I'll give you a questionnaire in the class only or in the session only that you have to solve or you have to answer. And in this way, we will work. So, I'm stopping or I'm just canceling this session. If any of you have any questions, you can ask.
So it's a weekend class, so tomorrow it will also continue, right? Tomorrow
Yes,
is Sunday.
right.
Okay,
At what
same
time?
time, right?
Sorry.
At what time it is?
It's from 12 to 1. So this time only. we can change the time if needed, but this is the main time we have kept it. So is it a good time for everybody?
Yeah, weekends is fine. This time is good.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, so from tomorrow this batch will be continued, and I've already shared whatever things we are going to cover in the session. So thank you all for joining the session.
Ma'am, I just joined a while ago. So curriculum of this session, if you could share in the group, that will be great.
Sorry,
If
can you
you,
repeat?
no, if you could share the curriculum of the sessions,
Yeah.
that good in the group.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I will ask Tanveer to share the whole brochure of the session, and you can check again day wise if you want. I will share the screen and show you the brochure again, and then you can let Tanveer know about the enrollments, because I will start or continue the session from tomorrow onwards. So, and also recording of this session would be uploaded, so you can also consult this recording and ask the questions.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Okay.
thank you so much. I'm just canceling the
Okay.
meeting.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah.
you, everybody.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yeah.